everyone. Welcome to this Friday's episode of the Marketing and Tech Show, brought to you, the community in Martech Wise. Today, I have with me the team from Guide, who is here to kind of like showcase more about Guide and also explain a little bit about how the tool works. I have with me Graham from Guide. So maybe Graham, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Graham Rowe. I am the VP Sales over here at Guide, and I am excited to be here at Martech Wise and to talk to you a bit about what it is we do. And thank you for having us, Donald.
No problem, no problem. It's yes, pleasure is mine. Okay, let's maybe get started with really just understanding a little bit about what Guide is all about. Could you maybe give us the quick in a nutshell what Guide is all about, and like just what kind of features are there in Guide, and also what are the current like use cases for your users?
Sure. So, just as a nutshell, Guide helps you to create professional quality how-to videos in seconds for teams that need to efficiently and effectively communicate to either internal or external audiences, but they're facing severe time constraints. So basically, we help you to create the best how-to videos you've ever seen faster than you ever thought possible.
Got it. Okay. And so far, where has the tool been finding the most success in? Is it in terms of like things like product sales, sales enablement? Is it in marketing? Is it in internal training? Where have your customers been mainly coming from, and how have they been finding success for the product?
So it's actually interestingly split, almost 50-50. So we have many use cases that are for customer support and customer engagement. So basically driving the customer engagement from an external perspective. And then those same teams will use us to train their internal teams. Because if you can build a how-to video for your customer, it's intuitive and kind of easy to build a how-to video for your internal team and just make the entire process streamlined.
Got it. That's good to hear. Okay, maybe what we can do is, do you think you can take us through maybe either your presentation, or we can go through a demo whenever you're ready?
For sure. So here's what I'm thinking. You tell me what you think. I'm
Sure.
gonna go through the presentation. It'll create some context around Guide and who uses us and different use cases. And at the end of the presentation, I'm gonna do a demo of the product. And the demo shouldn't take very long, and it should be informative. It should show you how you could create a how-to video, how you could edit a how-to video easily, and how you could then share this how-to video with your external or internal customers. All right.
Sounds
How
good.
does that sound?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So I'm assuming everyone is seeing my presentation that says AI video for enhanced customer engagement. Let's get started. So, as you all are probably aware right now, video is really the medium that is driving the most engagement, right? So if we step back from business and we think about it on a holistic level, TikTok is one of the largest, if not the largest, platforms that people use to consume content, followed by YouTube, followed by Instagram. And what drives a lot of that is video. It's because it keeps people engaged. When Elon bought Twitter, one of the first things that he did was he implemented live video and he enhanced the video capabilities. Now, we're seeing that done quite a bit from the consumer point of view, but we're not doing it as much as we should from a business perspective. And as I said, video is the preferred medium right now for driving customer engagement. If you think about your business, it's used across every department. So it's used for lead generation, it's used to book a demo, it's used during a demo, it's used for training, it's used for onboarding, and it's used for new features. But while it's used in these ways, we're not optimizing or enhancing for the engagement aspect of the video. We're not thinking about how customers or consumers take the video, how they want to consume it, and what is going to be best from their perspective. So that's where we come into play, right? Now, I mentioned that video creation today, it's I mentioned that video consumption is the preferred method for customer engagement, right? But the problem is video creation today is a bit fragmented. So we have this big positive where people want to consume video content and consume short form video content so that they can get information they need quickly, but it is a big hassle on the business side to produce. So if we think about creating a 10-minute how-to video, we might have to screen record or do some form of recording. We might then have to edit the video, then add text to speech or speech to text, do video hosting, and add some level of analytics on this. Now, these are 5 different steps that I listed, and they may be across different departments, right? So you have different people that are actually implementing or creating or doing the work. You have different people that are approving the work, and they have to kick it back to each other. So overall, this can be an extremely lengthy process for something that should be a 5-10 minute video that is showing somebody how to do something, right? So why can't we standardize all of that and make it a lot more efficient and a lot better for everyone? And this is before we even take things into consideration like privacy, integrations. Does the video that you've created integrate with your support systems well? Does it sit on your support systems well? Does it integrate with your CRM? Is it personalized for the customer? And what if we have to do this in multiple languages? There's a lot of friction around this creation of video that if we alleviate it, it will add a massive benefit to your business, right? So that's where Guide comes into play. So with Guide, you can turn a complex workflow into a narrative storyline. So we allow you to explain what's happening in seconds. We will take a long process, have you walk through it, condense it into a click-through video where we create chapters that make sense for the customer to consume, and we allow them to add some level of narrative around it. We also allow you to do this in 40 languages, almost in parallel versus what you might be doing now, which is creating the video and then having to send it to a translator or recreate it. And then we allow you to do multiple calls to action. So you can direct the consumer attention where it needs to be at the time that you think it is relevant. And after that, we allow you to share it in various forms. So you could share what we created in a PDF, HTML, you could embed the video, you could share it as a link. And the best aspect of that for a lot of our customers is when they're sharing this content, they have easy maintenance capabilities. So they can go into the back end of our system, edit in one place, and those edits will push to everywhere that the content is living. So they don't necessarily have to keep a big list of URLs where they've previously uploaded content. They could just push it out to them and they will be able to see what's happening and get the newest version of the video as quickly as possible. Some typical use cases for us are product pitches where entrepreneurs are showing investors or customers how to use the product, customer support where they're teaching customers how to solve for a specific issue or use case, and employee onboarding, right? It's intuitive that if you can teach a customer, teach an investor about your product, you can also teach your internal team about the product. So we allow you to create how-to videos for sounds great, but who's really using are using us? And hundreds of large companies. We have a wide range of clients and they use us for things like client-facing activity, so how-to videos for their customers, and internal enablement for their homegrown applications where there's no other content, right? So just to call out a few, we have DocuSign, Carta, Bayer Pharmaceutical, and PPG. Now, these companies represent a broad array of different industries, right? So DocuSign, we all know and love, it's a straight up tech company. Carta is a fintech company. Bayer is a pharmaceutical company. And PPG is a very large consumer product good company, right? You would think that these different companies have different use cases and how could they be buying the same tools for the same purposes? But there's a through line that goes through all of these businesses, where they need to create content to drive engagement, and they need to create content to deliver information, right? So this is how we're helping them. Entrepreneurs use us, customer support uses us, HR uses us. They use us to create content, to drive engagement, and deliver the information that they need. So I'm going to dive into 3 more specific use cases. 2 of them are going to be related to support, and 1 is going to be related to internal enablement, right? And then we're going to get into a demo of the platform. Cool.
Great.
So
Sounds good.
the first use case I want to talk about is Nayax. So Nayax is a global fintech company, right? They help retail industries see what's happening across various points of sale. They do telemetry, management, monitoring, business intelligence, a wide variety of services. But the thing is, Nayax operates across multiple countries and multiple languages. So they need to create content, and then they need to translate that content into many different languages. And as you can imagine, that could be a bit of a hassle. So by using Guide, we've helped them to 7x their production volume. So the amount of content that they're creating has gone up almost an order of magnitude. We have taken the time to create this content down from weeks to hours, and we've kept the same level of quality. And the intention there from the beginning was to help them get this content, this high quality content, into multiple languages so that they could serve their customers as well as possible. Perforce is a software company based in Minneapolis, and what they do is they provide development tools and DevOps solutions, right? So many of the people on this webinar are probably familiar with them. What we allow them to do is turbocharge their support. So this is according to their VP of support, we've been a key enabler, not only in expediting video creation, but also in increasing the capacity to produce rich, diverse content across their portfolio. So translating that into numbers, we help them to make videos 90% faster. We help them to create knowledge-based articles 87% faster. And we've allowed them to clear a backlog of 200 articles that they had in 3 weeks. So we basically allowed them to turbocharge their content production from a support perspective so that they could get this in the hands of their customers and get their customers to start using the software as intended, right? And finally, I want to talk about Novideo. So Novideo is using us to increase user adoption, right? So the first thing that I want to call out is we increased their user adoption 20%. And if you think about it as a business, the more engaged your users are, is the more likely they are to renew, the more likely they are to expand, and ultimately the more revenue that you are getting. So Novideo works in what is traditionally known as an older industry, right? An industry that's been around for a while. They are a SaaS company that operates in the insurance world. So they're bringing brand new technology to companies that maybe they haven't used the newest technology in a while. So one of the biggest challenges that they have is making sure that the people they're engaging with know how to use their platform, right? So they've used us to increase their video production 300%. They had a top priority item, which was data security and privacy, were specific to their platform. And they used us to create a playlist of content around what's going on in their platform, how their users should use them, and they got a massive uptick in adoption. So these are a couple of the different people that have used us and ways that they've used us to increase their customer engagement and build more content, right? So without further ado, I've been talking a lot about how we benefited people, but I want to show you how we can benefit your team, right? So I am going to switch the tab that I'm sharing. Donald, please let me know if you now see a MarTech-wise task list. Are you seeing a new tab?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, team. So I created a task list for MarTech-wise. So first of all, we built an amazing community. We've organized a webinar, but we have a couple other things to go, right? So we have Take Over the World and Take Over Mars. Now, What I'm going to do with Guide is I am going to show our internal MarTechWise team how we can filter for the task that we're currently working on, right? So Guide is going to do a step-by-step on how we can do this process internally with a MarTechWise tool. So there are two ways to interact with the Guide app: a web application and a browser extension. I'm going to use the browser extension to record, and then I'm going to use the web application to edit, right? So first things first, I'm going to click capture, and it's going to ask me what I'm doing. So I'm going to say how to filter for open tasks. And this is basically helping to classify what it is that's happening, right? So I'm going to click go. Now, the first thing you might notice is there's a little logo in the bottom left-hand corner for MarTechWise, right? This is representing the Guide application. I made sure to put in the MarTechWise logo to show you that you could do your own branding. Now, what happens is every time I click something, it's going to show a number. So it's going to highlight the number of things that I've clicked. So I'm just going to walk through at my normal pace. And I'm going to say when status is working on it, that's how we see what we want to see. So I'm going to click done. And now what's happening is the application is going to, so Guide is going to start processing everything that I just did, right? Very quickly, we're going to see it start to break out one, an article with screenshots of everything that I clicked. And two, it's building a video for what it is that I just created, right? So now when I press play,
this guide will show you how to efficiently filter open tasks in Monday. By adding tasks, accessing filter options, selecting status filters, and applying the working on it filter.
Did you hear that, Donald?
Yep.
Perfect. So that was an AI voice that was calling out what it is that I did, right? So the first thing that you might notice is I intentionally did a click here to show you that the application is going to record the number of clicks. So we want to edit that out because it's not relevant. The good news is it's very easy for me to make this edit. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to click edit video. And I'm going to go to the first step where I clicked add a task, right? This is not relevant to our video. I was just doing it for the purposes of the demonstration. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click delete. And here we are. The video will be updated and it's super easy to do. Editing this is as simple as editing a PowerPoint. If I want to move this around, I could do that very easily. If I want to change the language, I could say click the filter. It's up to me. I can really choose how it is that I want to do this. And I can start to really dig in and get a bit more creative with what I want to do. So let's say I actually want to remove the background here. I could do that very easily. If it is that I want to change what it is the voice is saying, and I want to get a bit more creative, I could say, hi, MarTechWise team, and it's going to update the AI voice to say what it is that I've told it to say.
Hi, MarTechWise team. This guide will show you how to efficiently filter open tasks in Monday.
And anything that we want to edit to make sure that the pronunciation is as we desire, I could click through, edit the pronunciation, and save it to the system. And it will be saved in our library, right? Finally, before I close this video out and show you how you can share this content, if it is that you want to blur any sensitive information or cover anything that you don't necessarily want your consumers to see, very quickly you could insert a blur or insert multiple actions or anything that is particularly relevant, right? So if I come in, I could say insert blur, and we can hide what it is in the background that is irrelevant, right? So I don't necessarily want people to see that I was using the Martech task list. I can just hide that. And when I'm done, I just click done and it will begin to render what it is that we just went through. So to highlight what I just showed you, I built a video, a how-to video extremely quickly. I went at my own pace. A voice was added over. I didn't have to record my own voice. I then edited the voice by typing what it is I wanted it to do, and I was able to push that video out in a couple minutes, right? I didn't have to send it over to our editing team. I didn't have to re-record myself. I didn't have to slow down the pace of what I was doing. Now, two things that I want to highlight for you is if I want to share this content, right? How do I do it? I come to the top right-hand corner, I click share, and it gives me a number of options, right? So first of all, we could share in a fairly straightforward way. We could send it as an email or copy a link, or I could export as a PDF or MP4, or what I think you might find interesting for a lot of support teams or people that are dealing with external customers is I could do smart copy. So I'm going to click smart copy and I'm going to share this in my knowledge base in Freshdesk, right? So I'm going to share this tab. And when we click over, I now have a living version of what it is that I just created. So as mentioned before, any of the edits that I now make will be pushed to this document and it will have the most up-to-date version forever. So if it is that we at MarTechWise have our task list and we actually change around some of the processes that we do, I don't necessarily have to re-record the entire video. I just re-record that specific thing that we did and it will push here and update everything, right? So basically at a high level, that is how you use Guide. Now I want to see if there are any additional questions. I can also talk about frequently asked questions that we may get. But turn it over to you, Donna.
Yeah, sure. I think that's good. Yeah, thanks for the amazing demonstration. It really looks good. Maybe what we can do is just dive in and answer some of the questions that the teams, that people in the chat have been asking. So I think well, first question is, you know, sorry, let me just find this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the storyline is automated based on the recorded steps. Can these steps be edited manually?
Definitely. So you could delete a step. So you might remember I intentionally made a click just to show you that it recorded recorded the number of steps. I deleted that step in the beginning, right? So I didn't want to keep it in the tool. I deleted it. And some other steps that I had, I wanted to edit the look and feel of them. So I just edited those steps. So the answer is yes.
Awesome. Okay. Another question from this is for myself. So is Guide right now mainly a desktop app or a Chrome extension?
So right now it's a Chrome extension. In about 2 weeks, we will be releasing the alpha version of our desktop app. And we're imagining that by mid or early September, it will be more fully released to the public.
Got it. Got it. And when the desktop app is released, we will be, are we able to record the full screen beyond the browser?
Yes, you would be able to do that. So Excel files, Word files, anything that is on your desktop and relevant. And if you had a mobile application, you could use an emulator on your computer and you would be able to record that as well. And a fun fact for our Apple users, I believe the emulation is now native to your Mac. So you'd automatically be able to record mobile applications as well.
That's good to hear. Okay. Few more questions. Like, what is the source of the voiceover? Is it like a 11 Labs API or something?
So I don't believe it's 11 Labs, but we do have some processors that we partner with. I don't believe it's 11 Labs.
Okay, no problem. And in terms of like the choice of like voiceover voices, right? Like how wide is the variety, and does it also support other languages beyond English, like Spanish, for example?
Definitely. So we have 40 languages and 200 voices, right? And then we can, in addition to languages and voices, you could put accents on each of the voices. So let's say you have American English versus British English, right? And you could get more and more detail where that's concerned.
Okay. And how about does it support right to left also?
Right to left, meaning languages that
Text.
are right to left.
Yeah,
I will need to confirm, but I definitely know it does for Hebrew. So I will just need to confirm that it does for other languages.
got it. Got it. Okay. Um, yeah, I think a few more questions is can I export the script and import my own voiceover MP3?
Sorry, repeat that for me, please.
Can I export the script? I guess I think what the user is saying is, can I take the edited file in Guide, um,
The
export the
text,
script, yeah, the text, record my own MP3, in my own voice, and then import it back to Guide.
definitely. You definitely can. Yes, you can do that. So one thing that I think I want to do, forgive me, Donald,
Mm,
could I share screen again just to show
yeah,
you
go
how
ahead.
you can um, can translate this. So it's very easy. So I really just want to highlight the translation to you. So click through, I click get translated copy, and I have multiple options here. So I'm going to choose Spanish, for example, Mateo. I'm going to click translate. So while that's going, we could continue to chat, but
Yeah,
it's not going to take very long. So it's the same amount of time. I just wanted to highlight how easy it is to do
yeah,
and how quickly it gets done.
yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I think it's finished exporting. Can't hear anything though. Oh, but yeah, I saw the language
Oh,
has changed.
cool. I could just press play.
Hola equipo de Martech Wise. Esta guía le mostrará cómo filtrar eficientemente las tareas.
Did you hear that, Donald?
Yep.
So yeah, it just translated into Spanish.
Yeah, that's awesome. Few more questions. Can the knowledge base be exported as HTML?
It can be copied over as HTML in the smart copy. Yes, the answer is
Okay.
yes.
Okay, and then it can be integrated with, say, Notion or WordPress.
You can definitely embed it on Notion and WordPress. People do that all the time. If that's what you mean, the answer is absolutely yes. People embed these videos on Notion and WordPress all the time.
Okay. I think just kind of like round off the question. I think there's one from Fabrizio who's just asking. Okay, if we delete and add a new step, will the embed add them again? Okay, I'm trying
Yep.
to.
If you delete a step or add a new step, everywhere this is embedded, it is a live link. So it will push the newest version to wherever it is embedded. So Fabrizio, the answer is yes. Absolutely yes.
Got it. Okay. And I think one more question. It's, can we reposition the avatar or resize it? The bottom left one we see in the chat.
You can. So I could just move him around, could make him bigger. Are you seeing this?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Is there a cap on the maximum size of the video recording?
So the cap is 100 steps. It's not necessarily time related, right? So we've put a limit on what as at 100 steps because frankly we've seen a lot of user engagement fall off at around that period. And remember, a step is any click. So if you're doing a click path with over 100 steps, we will limit it, but you can create playlists and multiple videos that go back to back if you need to and chain them together.
Got it. Okay. I think good question. Is the avatar talking, or is it just a static image?
This is a static image, but you could add in a video of yourself talking if you wanted to. This that is added here is a static image, but there is an option for you to have your own face in the bubble speaking.
Okay. Would you have to record it at the same time as when you are doing the steps, or is that like a separate
It
video
would,
file?
yes, it would be helpful to do that. So if you're seeing my screen, there's an option. I just click something to save, but there's an option to record your own voice here, and in the drop down for the um, web app extension itself, there's an option to do like screen recording where it sees what it is you're doing. And if you upload a video, you're able to break it out into these chapters, similar to what we have here as a guide. So you have
Okay.
all of those options.
Okay. Does that mean if I record a series of steps as a Loom video, I can upload it and then it will chunk it up? Is that
Yes, it should.
okay? Okay. Okay. So that's under one of the functions, the play button function on the left menu. Is that the one, or is it the video export?
Sorry, what was the
Oh,
question you had?
yeah. No. Yeah. I guess what I was trying to say is there a way to maybe see how that would work? Like, if let's say we upload a video, how is it able to chunk it up into a guide?
So two ways. One, so you could add a video right as a step here.
Mm.
So you would click video. And two, just in your home screen, for example, if you wanted to, you could just import the video. You see where my
Yep.
my mouse
Yep.
is, and then
Yep.
it would chunk it.
Okay. And then it uses AI to detect the cuts and stops and pauses and everything.
It predicts the most relevant cuts. Yes.
Okay. I think the team. I think there's interest in asking, like, how to edit the video, and also like limit for exporting the video, and also any protection on the video. And I think some of the users are also asking, like, is there any kind of deal whether for the um for the that you'll be interested to bring to the community, or or any other platforms, for example.
Sure. So to answer the first questions, you do have permission settings on these, so you can decide whether or not you want a video to be shared externally or internally. It's really up to you. You can set certain permissions on this. It's at your discretion. Sorry, what was the second question? So I think that was about
Limit for exporting video.
you're able to export video, just not in the trial account, right? So
Okay.
you can export video. Yes.
Okay. Is there like a limit, number of hours per number of minutes per month, or like file size, or things like that?
On video export, not to my knowledge. No, because we limit you to 100 clicks anyway, so it would just be a 100-click video, right?
Okay.
And then the number of videos, it's at your discretion.
Got it. Okay, no problem. And then I will, and yeah, I think, yeah, maybe I think what we can do is, I think on editing the video, we can maybe leave some resources. Maybe if you have any like video guides to how to edit the video. Let's say you record a video on Loom, you import it into Guide, and how the system actually slices it up. Maybe you can share that video with the community. At the end of the day, okay. I think one more question from Fabrizio. When it's public, can the user download with a right click, or can it be protected like some platforms do?
No. You can download. The user would not be able to download. I thank you for clarifying your
Yeah,
question, Spano. Right. So you can download the video if you want. The end user is not going to be able to download your video unless it is that you send it to them.
got it. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Thank you for clarifying that question.
Yep. Okay. I would say, I think we've come to the end of the presentation. So I would say, okay. I think there are two things to kind of like to say before we kind of like wrap up the call. I think one is, if you are interested to try out Guide for free. Actually, what's the correct pronunciation? Is it Guide or Guide?
Yes, you're correct. It's
Guide.
guide.
Okay, great. So if you want to try Guide for free, just click on the link in the chat, in the community, which is there is a link to the free plan where you can have up to 25 how-to videos on the free account. So I'll just leave that in the chat for those who want to make use of it. And then for those who are, I think in the Martech Wise group, I think the team from Guide wanted me to just make a mention about the giveaway that we're having right now in the group. So be sure to kind of like join in the giveaway that's happening in the group right now if you haven't yet. So just search for Guide and giveaway in the group chat, and you should be able to find it. I'm just gonna maybe drop it. So let me just share the. Okay, so let me just share my screen.
Would you like me to stop sharing?
Yeah, just give me a second. I can
Sure.
do that. So just too many tabs. But at the same time.
No problem.
Okay. 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 Yeah. So I think for those of you who are in the community, just be sure to go and check out the what is this thing called? The giveaway that's going on right now for Guide. Just check out the instructions and how to participate. Check out the selling points and participate in the conversation on the post. And we'll pick the winners and then we'll let them know also. Right. So I think that's kind of with that. I think I wanted to just bring the entire live stream to a close, and I wanted to thank Graham and at Eli for and the team from Guide for really taking the time out to share with us on this Friday evening or morning, depending on where you are. So Eli Graham, thanks for the demonstration. And do you have any kind of like closing words for the community or for the audience?
Yes, first of all, thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it. The Martech Wise community it's an amazing community, and we're happy to be here. If anyone has any questions, please let us know. Please do participate in the giveaway. We'd love to see some of you guys on board. And if you have any questions, please reach out either to graham@guide.com or support@guide.com. If you want to email me directly, please feel free.
Awesome. Great. And with that, we're signing off. Do watch out for our live stream next Friday, where we will be showcasing another deal and another product for the community. Right. Until then, I wish everybody a good weekend then. See you.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye-bye.
weekend. Bye.